Ultra Reddit presence, do you need a virtual hug? What's wrong? Yes please. Hope it's okay to word vomit because here I go. My boss has sexually harassed me for a year. A couple weeks ago I called him out on it for the second time and he surprisingly agreed to stop, again. Now he's acting fucking weird. Weirdness is expected, yes, but golly. It's annoying. Especially mixed with my anxiety and self-hate thoughts. It took me being away from a friend to gain a different perspective on our relationship and wow, that is weird to see. It feels very strange. Change is inevitable so yeah I can't avoid it. I feel guilty in moments but then I'm like, wait. It's okay. You are your own person. You do what you want. Don't let their emotions become your own. Let them be them, so on. It's a welcomed strangeness and grief is definitely involved. Speaking of grief, one of my nephews died in July and that is still tricky as fuck to feel and accept. I deal with suicidal ideation every day. This week has been tough. Luckily I have my toolbox full of things to use and I do whenever I'm paying attention. I had a therapy appointment Thursday and that helped. But phew. Exhausting. What's right? I woke up. I have my body that does so many things for me. I have a place to live with all the fixings, water, food, blankets, fridge, AC/heat etc. I have a job, a car, family, friends. One is new which is fucking huge because I don't usually talk to strangers but I said fuck it and look at me go. A bike, clothes, music, internet and data, so many little things to be grateful for, but shit. Feelings are still tough to not let them control you. To learn to notice them, let them be felt, and then carry on. I gotta master that. Thank you for asking, kind stranger. Got close to a girl for the first time ever, 15 meters, she said she wanted to date in the future. I said awesome but never explicitly told her my feelings. 4 days later I told her and she said, well I don't really have any feelings for you anymore. I've never felt so close to anyone, socially awkward introvert who has never really talked to people let alone a girl. Now I'm sad. But mostly BC I want so badly to stay friends with her BC I've seen what she said about me to her friends and want her to feel those things still. The problem is I don't think I can put my feelings behind, so I've lost a great friend and whatever we were for those 4 days. All because of my feelings and now I feel like a selfish prick for not continuing to be friends with her. So yeah I guess I do need a hug. Absolutely. My girlfriend broke up with me about a month ago. We were really great friends for a while prior and, as happens sometimes, it grew into a relationship. I've been spending several weeks grieving the loss of my relationship, and this week I finally processed most of it and was able to move past the pain. But yesterday I realized that, even if we can maintain some sort of friendship in the future, it can never be the same as what we used to have. So, now that I'm done grieving the loss of my girlfriend, I get to grieve the loss of my friend. Hey man, I'm sorry for your loss. It is tough to grow up without a parental figure. I know you'll get through it. I can't promise it'll get any better. Just do your best at what you can do, try your hardest in school, find a hobby that makes you happy and own it. I personally like to do 3D models. Even if you're not good at something, do it because it'll get your head out of shitty situations. If gaming is your go-to hobby, then keep doing it. Just be sure to do your homework, be well fed, and sleep at least 7 hours. You'll get through it man. I also recommend talking with some of your counselors. Some of them may be really nice and will help you get through this. If you ever need anything, I'm just a PM away. Edit. I'm sorry to anyone who reads this. It's a rant so please ignore and carry on with your day. Thank you. I graduated college back in May, which was a huge deal for me. I had been working towards earning my degree for 5 years and now it's all over and this whole new chapter in my life is starting and I am so petrified. I can't. Every time I come to a transition period in my life, I freeze up. I can't move forward. I'm just so terrified of what happens next. I've found a lot of jobs that I think I could do. I've got my resume all ready, but then I go to do the cover letter and I just freeze up. I spend days, weeks, months even, trying to think of the right wording to make them say, hey, she might be a good fit. And all the while in the back of my brain, it's you know you wouldn't do well there, you don't have what it takes. You're going to screw it up even if they do offer you the job. I want this so bad, but I just can't take the plunge and trust that I'm going to come out the other side okay. It's nearly September. I've applied for 5 or 6 jobs, and I just got a call for an interview this week. I just feel like I'm letting myself down and letting down everyone who's got me here to this point. I wish I could have someone hug me and say everything is going to be okay and I'm going to be okay and I'm not a waste of space and I'm not a failure and that no matter what they'll always love me. And I really want to believe them when they say those things. You know, one day, I know I'm going to come back and read this and think I was so overly dramatic and that everything worked out the way it was supposed to and that I couldn't be happier. I know this is true because that's how it always go. And to that future me, I promise I'll keep going. I still got a little left in the engine. Work anxiety and stress is killing me. My weight is out of control. I have no energy to help myself and I have a family, so I feel trapped in that I can't simplify my lifestyle to improve my chances of survival. All through my life I've always been able to come up with some kind of plan to work these types of things out, but I finally seem to have run out of plans, and I feel like I'm on an inevitable collision course to something. Breakdown? Heart attack? I don't know. I can't even seem to put a label on it to try to get help. Because I don't know what it is. This thing that's happening in the middle of my life. I thought things were supposed to get better as you get older, but I feel like a kid who doesn't know what to do. My girlfriend and I have no communication other than school. Her dad is so strict and practically hates me. But on the bright side, when I finally talked to him and my GFS stepmom, they got a bit of respect to me as I was honest with them during the phone call. I was the one to talk to him despite the option that my mother could have. I stood my ground. I might not have his approval as of now, but I made a good move that morning. Sometimes I feel like I am just going to wake up from this nightmare and/or dream. Nightmare because of all the chaos with my girlfriend's dad, and a dream cause of who my girlfriend is. I have dealt with a lot of pain and been misled. I just feel like this time is different. I never felt so alive before. Never felt so myself. I always tried to make people happy as I know how it feels not to be. I remember a point of my life where I can be laughing all day with friends, but later when I got to my house, I remember it happening but not the feeling of happiness. But now I remember the feelings that I have with my girlfriend. I am scared. That is why I need a hug. I'm scared of losing someone that I care bear to lose. Someone I love. Fuck it. Why not? I'm way too late for the party for anyone to read this, but I'm ready to vent. I've gotten to the end of my tether with being on my straight counsel. For the second time since I joined several years back I had violence threatened. I asked a resident to stop smoking in the hallways today and he threatened to hit me. The previous time a lady threatened to kill me for asking her not to store sacks of moldy food in her parking stall. I've put in hundreds of hours helping out around this place, cleaning shit up, working with contractors at unsocial hours, helping residents out when they need it and dealing with an array of crimes and break-ins. Every single fucking straight meeting people complain. It's like they think we're a paid management company when in reality we're a handful of volunteers that bust our asses to stop the building falling down. No one else steps up to do the job, of course. I've already had a shitty month, but today was my final straw. I've reached my absolute limit with these ungrateful fuckers. I'm not even remotely violent, but the thought of fighting this guy crossed my mind and I hate that it did. Tomorrow, when I've calmed down, I'll be stepping down from the council and washing my hands of any of their issues. I'll never go back to doing this unappreciated job and they can all stew in their own filth for all I care. So I feel like I need a fucking hug. My father is threatening to kill himself if I don't let him be a part of my life again. He has been psychologically and physically abusive with my mom, me and my siblings. He finally ended up in jail and with a restraining order. Now is playing the suicide card. It's nothing new, I've listened this threat so many times that now doesn't mean anything, to make me and my brothers and sister feel pity for him and let him begin to damage us again. I keep telling myself that it's not my fault, but can't get off of my mind the idea, what if this time is real, and he is winning again? I can't sleep. He was away and we were starting to be happy for once in a while, but he came back with his old manners. I don't know what to do. I wish I could erase him from my life and my memory. I really don't know what to do. Watched a good man dying on Tuesday. Without a doubt the most generous, kindest man I've ever met. He was like a father to me. He didn't go peacefully. He went afraid and in pain, gasping for air with blood in his lungs. Haven't slept a full night since it happened. Everything that happened that night keeps playing on a loop in my head in excruciating detail. Everything was and still is completely beyond my control, and it kills me. And I'm so scared. I know that's not logical, there's no threat, but every time the loop plays it's like I'm trapped right back in that night, and I can't stop it. I can't get out. It just keeps replaying over and over. And his family. His fucking family. I love them so fucking much and I want to take all this pain from them. It's not fair. No one deserves what they went through, but they probably deserve it the least out of anyone. I just want to take all their hurt and sorrow away. I want to make everything all better, but I can't. There's nothing I can do but be there for them, and it doesn't feel like enough. I'm not doing okay. Trying to get through work has been excruciating. I'm exhausted and hurting and scared.
Thank you for watching this fantastic story. Please tap one of the 4 videos on the screen for another amazing top Reddit stories.